Hello everybody, it's for you. I'm back again for a new video on LOTR Rise to R, a new video in English. So as last time, sorry if my English is not very well, but I try to do my best for explain you how I use my commander in a evil side and good side with which troop. For me, it's the best troop with this commander. So let's go. We will begin with Agzok. Agzok it's a commander who who is a DPS. It's a commander who will give many damage more in a backlane unit, long range unit, like a bowman. He will focus this backlane. So you need have a troop who will take damage and let Agzok give his DPS. So for that you will use Mumakil. If you have Mumakil, use Mumakil. If you don't have Mumakil, you can go for other tank. For example, Dragoon or Warg. It's a two unit who work very well with Agzok and let him give his DPS on a long range distance on long range units. So it's that. Mumakil if you have Mumakil. If you don't have Mumakil, you can use Warg or Dragoon, and you need some Crusher for break the defense of enemy troop. Now, Khaldoon. Khaldoon it's the same than Agzok. It's a DPS commander, so you need tank for he put DPS. But one different thing, he don't focus long range unit, he focus all unit. So more CAC unit. So you need to put tank. For me, Khaldoon I use only Dragon because I need he move fast. It's my fast unit, so I don't use Crusher. But for be more efficient, you need to use Dragoon and Crusher. If you have Mumakil, you can use Mumakil too. It's a good character for give some damage, and Mumakil tank good and give damage too. So it's the best option. But if you don't have Mumakil and if you don't need Khaldoon move fast, personally I use Dragon and Crusher and it works very well. My Khaldoon make 200,000 damage or more. With Crusher I can hit 250,000 damage, so for T1 it's really good. But with DPS commander, with damage commander, you need have a good stuff because you, more your stuff is good, more damage you will deal. So you need to have a good stuff for all DPS commanders. So maybe you will focus one DPS commander, and if you need to choose between Agzok and Khaldoon, personally, it's my thinking, I like more Khaldoon because Agzok, if you don't have a long range unit enemy, it will very less efficient than Khaldoon. Khaldoon it all units and don't have a special skill on long range unit. So for me, Khaldoon is more efficient than Agzok because you don't know what you will hit. So if you don't have long range unit, Khaldoon is a better choice. He will deal more damage than Agzok with the same stuff. I have tried it with the same stuff. My Khaldoon is respect 10, my Agzok is respect 10. I have tried with same stuff and I found Khaldoon is better than Agzok because Agzok is very dependent of if you have a long range unit or not long range unit in your in enemy troop. So it's that Khaldoon, Dragoon Crusher work really good, or Mumakil if you have Mumakil. Gorbag. Gorbag it's a buffer commander, so he will buff your troop and more specifically orc. So you need give orc at Gorbag. For that you will use warg and reaper. Reaper are really good units and focus backlane of your enemies, and usually DPS are on backlane, except if you have a commander who give damage. For example, if you fight against Aragorn, maybe we don't have a long range unit, but in the more usually you will have backlane. So you can use Gorbag with only Warg, or you can use Gorbag with Warg on Reaper. Personally, I use my Gorbag with Warg on Reaper because actually we fight against Linden, and Linden have many long range units, so Reaper give really big damage on them. So it's that Gorbag, Warg, or Warg and Reaper, depend what you fight. In T1 units, it's the only units I use, so I will go for T2 units. Khamul. Khamul is a very difficult commander because he have many specialization overall. You can use with Rider, you can use with Poison and Fire, you can use as DPS commander. You have many different ways to use Khamul. Personally, before Fight Linden, I was used with Spectre of Ring, so with buff of fire and poison damage. So I was used him with Oathbreaker, Alchemist, and Uruk Sniper. Why Uruk Sniper? Because Uruk Sniper focus long range unit, and Morgul Bowman is not really good. I have tried it and I don't love Morgul. I like more Snipe Rook. It's a better unit, I think, overall. So, it's that. If you use Ring, you use your T3 reputation skill, it's better to use Earthbreaker, Alchemist, and Uruk Sniper, or you can use Crusher too, it works good. If you use him as DPS or Mount buff, you can use with Mumakil, it works really good, or you can use with Dragoon or Warg, it's work good too. But it's your choice. It depends how many respect you have on Khamul and how you want to use him. He have really many ways to use Khamul, and for me it's a good commander because you can use many troops on him with many different specialization. So if you want to know more about Khamul, just read and look what you want to do with him. If you have Oathbreaker, honestly, use Spectring because Ghostwing it's a really good buff for Oathbreaker because Oathbreaker use a focus damage, don't use physical damage. So they are a really big buff with Camo. So if you have Oathbreaker, use Oathbreaker, Alchemist, and Crusher. It's a good lineup for him. Now we can speak a bit about Adunae because Adunae is the same thing than Khaldoon or Agzok. It's a DPS commander, so you will need a tank for she make damage. So with Mumakil it's a good thing. If you don't have Mumakil, you can go with Crusher on Dragon or Crusher on Wag. It will work really well. It's a good lineup for all DPS commander, and Adunae is a DPS commander. Speak about Lurtz. If you are in the evil side, it's your love. If you are in good side, it's your enemy. It's one of your worst enemy. Because Lurtz, it's the one best DPS commander, I think. I have tried many different commander, and Lurtz give many damage. It's really a good commander. So you will need, as I told before, as DPS commander, you need a tank. So Mumakil, if you have Mumakil, it's a good thing. If you don't have Mumakil, you can use Dragoon and Crusher. It will help Lurtz add on more damage, so more efficient. It's what we want with Lurtz. Give many damage with Lurtz, it's our goal. So let's go. If you have Mumakil, use Mumakil. If you don't have Mumakil, use Dragoon and Crusher. If you want to use Lurtz good, you need Atlas is respect 3. Without respect 3, it's pretty hard to use Lurtz. But when you use respect 3, it's a good boy. Really good boy. No, Mouth of Sauron. It's a different command. It's not a DPS or buff commander, but it's a control commander. You will use his skill for control unit, silence unit, or madness your enemy troop. So you will need tank, and you will use, if you have respect 5 of Mouth of Sauron, you will use Baragdur buff for Orc and Trolls, so you can use a lineup with T3 Trolls and some Reaper. I love Reaper. Since I use them, I really love Reaper. I think it's a good unit, and as they focus long range unit, it's usually it's a long range unit to deal damage. So with Reaper you are safe, and T3 Troll protect your Reaper. So for Mouth of Sauron, use T3 Trolls and Reaper. If you are in Mordor, you can use T4 Mordor. They are really strong with T3 Trolls and Reaper. Don't just put off Reaper. Reaper are really good. For Gothmog, it's the same thing. It's the same thing than Mouth of Sauron, but personally I use my Gothmog only as a siege damage, because it's a commander who has a more efficient siege damage. So I use him only with Alchemist for put best siege damage ever. But if you want to use as a commander, as a attack commander, you can use, if you have respect 5, this buff, who will help your Orc and Trolls and give more damage. So it's the same thing than Mouth of Sauron. You will use T4 Troll if you are in Mordor. If you are not in Mordor, you will use T3 Troll with Reaper. It's the same thing. Now, speak about T3 commander. I don't use other T2 unit in either side. So first, Witch King. Many of you have hit my Witch King. You know it's very efficient. I use my Witch King as a buff commander. I use him with Oathbreaker, Alchemist, and Uruk Sniper. Why Uruk Sniper? Because Black Captain give a buff on Uruk, so you can use Uruk Sniper. And Uruk Sniper focus long range unit, so it's better to use Uruk Sniper than Morgul Alba. It's my thinking. Again, and it's worked pretty well. Really, it's worked good. So, if you don't have Oathbreaker, you can use Crusher than Oathbreaker. But if you have Oathbreaker, use Oathbreaker. You can put Crusher, Oathbreaker, Alchemist. You can put Alchemist, Oathbreaker, Uruk Sniper. All depend what you fight. Adapt yourself at what you fight. it's really important in this game to think by yourself, check what you fight, check a report of fight, check commander skills, check unit skill, and find a way to fight and win against your enemy. It's very important to adapt yourself at what you fight. And for that you have many commander and many units available. So for my Witch King, personally I use Wolfbreaker, Alchemist and Uruk Sniper. But I can use Alchemist, Oathbreaker and Crusher, or Alchemist, Crusher and Uruk Sniper. It's your choice, it depends on what you have. If you don't have Oathbreaker, you have no really choice to use Crusher, Alchemist and Uruk Sniper. I think it's the best lineup. You can use Reaper than Uruk Sniper if you have a Reaper 10-10 in a skill, but Uruk Sniper 1-1, use Reaper. Kirun. Kirun is a defensive commander. He will not fight very well, he will not give many damage, but put him on a point, he will stay in point and keep it. So you need tank. If you have Mumakil, let's go for Mumakil. If you don't have Mumakil, use Dragon. But use only one unit because his skill, his elf skill, need one unit. So if you have Mumakil, all Mumakil. If you don't have Mumakil, all Dragon, and you will see Kirun will keep this point and he will keep very well until other army come. And for finish in T3 unit, speak about Sont. Sont, for me, it's my love. I have him respect 3 and he work really good. I use him with Mumakil or Oathbreaker. Why Oathbreaker? But it's for counter Aragorn who focus the less defense unit. So I use Oathbreaker for tank Aragorn and my Mumakil for tank all other units. Sauron is a control commander. He will use madness for enemy hit enemy. So use tank. If you don't have Mumakil, it's the same thing. You will need Dragoon and maybe a unit as Reaper or Uruk Sniper, but really if you have Mumakil, use Mumakil. It's the best way for use Sauron. But you can use Dragoon if you don't have Mumakil. Dragoon or Warg, depend what you fight. If you have many rider in front of you, maybe Warg is better. If you don't have many rider, it's better to use Dragoon. Dragoon tank very well a long range unit. So for me, I think Dragoon is better tank than Warg, except if you front of many rider. So is this for evil side? No. Speak about good side. Good side T1 unit will speak of Dwallin. And Dwallin, it's a DPS commander, so you will need a tank. And for me, you need Guardian T3 dwarf unit and T3 rider unit. I don't know how to book in English, sorry, but the rider T3 unit for break enemy defense, and axe launcher. For me, it's a good choice. So for Dwallin, you will use Guardian, axe launcher, and the T3 unit mount dwarves. The ram, I think it's ram. Yes, it's ram. Other T1 unit I use, commander I use, it's Eowynn. Eowynn need only mounted units, so you will use T3 of Rohan if you are in Gondor, because you will T4 Gondor, T3 Rohan, and mounted bowman heals But if you are in Rohan, you will use T4 Rohan and T3 Gondor and Mounted Hills. It will the same thing for Theoden and Eowyn. In T2 Commander, speak about Legolas. Legolas, it's like a Lurtz, but for good side. You will use Legolas with tank. So, Guardian, Ram Rider, and it's all. DPS, it's Legolas with done damage. It's not over unit. Just put Legolas as a damage dealer and you will have all you want. Put only Ram Rider and Guardian and all will be good. You will see what Legolas done and it's like Lurtz. It's a big damage dealer. If you are in season 2, think I'd put Legolas with Mumakil and you will find a way to play fun. Gandalf. Gandalf, it's a unit, it's a commander really strong. And for me, I use with Guardian, I use with T4 of Rohan because I was in Rohan. But if you are not in Rohan, you can use with T3 Gondor or T4 Gondor if you are in Gondor, T4 Dwarves if you are Dwarves. But you need the tank, so Guardian plus another unit, for example T3 Gondor, Mounted Gondor, and in DPS in the backline I use T3 Mounted Elf and it worked pretty well, but 2 units are better for his elf, so tank, damage dealer in backline is good. So check what you have as tank, maybe T4 Dwarf, T4 Gondor, T3 Dwarves, Guardian work really well, pretty well, and in a backline, T3 Mount Elf work good. For Aragorn is a damage dealer as Legolas, so you will need Ram Rider who will break defense enemies, and Guardian. For me, sometimes I use Axe Launcher or Bowman Mounted Elves, but it depends how you use Aragorn. But for me, you need Ram Rider, Guardian, and a DPS unit. So Axe Launcher, Bowman Mounted Elves depend how you have up their skills. But for me, you need Ram Rider, Guardian. It's basis of lineup for whole DPS commander in a good side. Theoden and Eowyn is the same thing than Eowyn, so I will not come back on that. And other, I don't use really many of them. T3 units, I have only one T3 unit in the good side, it's Gil Galad. And Gil Galad I use with elves. T3 elves, mounted, non-mounted, don't care. Personally, I use with T3 no mounted and front lane and back lane. It did some damage. I have only respect 1 Gil Galad and it was good. It's not the best commander, but it gives some damage, and with elves units it's a good commander. So I use with T3 elves units, no mounted unit, only working unit, and work pretty well. So it's that. Again, sorry if my English is not very well. I try to do my best for explaining you how use your commander with which troop. I hope this will help, and we will see that in game. Try your commander, read what commander done, read what unit done, and read battle report. It's very important to adapt yourself at what you have in front of you and at what your unit and commander do. So for this, you need to read battle report and you will know what you need to do. So it's that. Have a nice day and see ya soon. Maybe another video in English soon, but actually I focus on French video because I'm French and French people wait my video. So see you soon and have a nice day. Bye bye.